I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Hello, Jennifer Lemke. Thanks for being here. The picture looks kind of yucky. It's just me. Yeah, it's just me. Thanks for being here. Hi, Dizzy Dragon. I'm just going to come on for a little bit and have a cup of coffee. I'm not hydrating enough. It just kind of dawned on me. You know what? Man, I'll tell you what. It's something I have to remember to do or I just don't drink. Isn't that terrible? I wish I wasn't like that. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. Zachary Peterman. Good to see you, sir. Hi, Chip. Anik, good to see you. Christopher Westcott, hello. Miguel Torres, good to see you. 21 Donas. Guy Bar, good to see you. Balaki, hello, sir. Hi, Henny, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Anik says hello to everybody. It's going okay, Zachary Peterman. I'm having a day, man. Hi, Rich Newton. Virginia, listen, I'm very shamelessly leaning on you guys for goodwill. Not goodwill. I don't need anybody to cheer me up. Just this connection helps, you know. It'd be easy to hide and just unplug and just hide from everything, but I don't want to do that. So, you guys are my therapy today. Hanging with Ray. Ray, good to see you, man. Virginia, hello. Midnight Show, hi there. DJ Daddy, good to see you. Hi, Tyler. A bottle of Hellfire Doom sauce. Stuff is no joke. It is. Stuff is crazy hot. Steady Dreaming, good to see you. It was a Pink Floyd reference, thank you. Great band. Pork chip and chair. Good to see you. Hi, Ann Ganoski. I'm afraid I might say it wrong. So good to see you, though. Art Heart. Good to see you. Thinking of you and Tommy. Beaming you love. You need it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hunter Haas. Good to see you. Tim. I can relax now. Is it me you're looking for? Nope. Yeah, it is you. We can't even start until you get here. You know that. Wolf at Eat Street. Good to see you. Yeah, mad dog. I hope I'm well and crushing it, chilly head. Thank you so much. Just in case. Good to see you. It doesn't feel cold. It feels nice out, actually. I'm just having a day, man. I'm just having, we all go through it. Years ago, I would have just would have, you know, numbed it, but I don't anymore. And this is what I need, I think. Hi, Charlie. Good to see you, man. Is it bad that a ghost pepper makes me vomit, just in case? No, man. Listen, super hot pepper. If you aren't used to it, a habanero will make you chunder. It's the truth. I look like I need a cuddle. You say, Johnny. I feel better, darling. Thank you so much. I feel better already. Just listen, life is what it is, you know. Yeah. Just is what it is. But you coming to Australia on a more permanent basis, Wolf of Eat Street. Hopefully soon. The show comes out 2 weeks from tomorrow. Tomorrow, within a week or two, you guys are gonna be so sick of seeing my face because there's 3 different trailers for the show, and it's going to be on the Hulu platform, on the Disney platform, and on social media everywhere. And 2 weeks is a long time to watch trailers. Just anyhow. So it's as soon as it releases, I'm hiring an attorney that specializes in foreign travel and passports. I have a letter, an email. Tyler Sandquist, you got a bus pass. Thank you so much. Check out Couch Time, revealing. You're all demonetized, if that tells you anything. They didn't like the stuff I said. At any rate, I'm going to hire an attorney, and I have a letter from the producer saying, Johnny loves peppers. What it says is Johnny loves peppers. The only thing he loves more is that girl in Australia. So cut him a break, let him go. Plus, we'd like to shoot season 2 there. So hopefully it'll help. We'll see. The Wolf of East Street. Looking forward to seeing your mug a bit more often, mate. Man, I'm all over the place. When I was something funny, I was telling somebody this. The first month I started the channel, one of the guys that I really looked up to, kind of an inspiration that made me kind of start my channel, asked if I would talk with him. I said, sure. So it was kind of a cool thing. I was talking with this guy that I held in such high esteem. And it was funny. He said, a little constructive criticism. You're posting too much, man. You don't want to post so often. And that was how I was posting like 4 videos a week. Like now I do 2 a day. And he was like, man, you're going to oversaturate. People are going to get sick of looking at you. So I'm kind of worried about that now. But thank you, Anik. You're awesome. Uncle Bull Cow. Uncle Bull Cow is awesome. I love culture foods. I have some of the saltiest food ever and munch it like a champ. I don't want to show respect. Yeah, I get that. Fish heads and such. Totally get that, just in case. I did that when I was in the Philippines. I didn't want to eat all the stuff that I didn't want to go like they have McDonald's in the Philippines. Can you imagine going to the Philippines and eating McDonald's? So I did, and I ate a lot of really weird stuff. Soup number 5. Soup number 5 is this soup in this. They have it in man. It's all the bunch of reproductive organs of creatures. And it sounds awful. It's a stew. It's the most delicious thing you'll ever taste. Honest to goodness, it was like yeah, soup number 5, man. Dizzy knows. But that was really great. And they, in the Philippines, they eat a lot of stuff that we just don't eat here. Like they take intestine and like put it on a stick, like a ribbon. Man, they have the sauce. So good. Everything over there is so good. And it's weird stuff that here we're like, oh, I'm all set, Like balut's one of those really weird things that I had over there. It's like a duck egg that's, man, there's a creature in there. And it's, pretty rough. But it tastes delicious. It's a head thing. You know what I mean? It's a head thing. Like I broke the top off. You look inside, it's like, man, I'm out. And then you sip the brine or whatever it is called. It tastes just like chicken soup. Then you're like, oh, it's just a head thing. You close your eyes and eat it. You're just eating chicken or, It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Fish soup sounds gross to Virginia. I hate to show respect. It wasn't so much respect thing as I just want to experience their culture. I want to like immerse myself there. Like when I was in New Zealand, we had some cool things over there. We had a hangi. They dig a hole, put food in there, wrap it up on coals and flat rocks, and then they bury it up and they go away for a good day. Have a party. And you come back and you dig it up and eat it. That was great. Jason P. and Hetty, thanks for referring to January. Oh, yeah, January 22nd. That's a big day for Johnny. It's kind of, it is. A couple good things are happening that day. The show is being aired, but I'm doing a video that I'm going to upload. Tyler, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your super chat, honestly. But on the 22nd, which is National Hot Sauce Day, I'm doing a video where I'm getting the test results for this sauce, And I'm going to open it up, and we're going to talk about this sauce, because this sauce is peculiar. Some stuff doesn't add up with this sauce. So I'm going to do that, and the show is also on the 22nd, so it's going to be a pretty good time. It's going to be fun. Probably going to go to Oz next year. Ultra excited, M. Hunt. It's a great place. I love it. It really is. Comans. Good. Johnny, a squirrel with you. Cat, hello. Funny videos and hot peppers on food, man. I help you, uplift you. Hey, squirrel. Squirrel, come here. She's here somewhere. she's at, Tommy's not here, so she's kind of walking around going. And I'm being super nice to her. I'm leaving treats. She has like 3 or 4 perches up high that she can get to that you can't even see the top of. So I reach up and I put little treats there. So when she explores the day, she finds little treats I leave for her. You know what she does sometimes, which is really weird for a cat? Yesterday I put treats. She has this little floor thing with a little basket. She keeps her toys in there. She's funny. She goes in and decides what she wants to play with. But we put treats in there. So it's not a lot of times we get treats from the kitchen. We're like, hey, want a treat? She'll run to that spot because she knows that's where we're going to put them. So I put some treats in that spot, and then I threw a few above. Anyway, she jumped in the thing and looked at it and left them there. I thought that was weird. Because most cats aren't going to do that. So she knew they were there, so she jumped up to the other spots, ate them, and she came back to those later on when she wanted more. I thought that was kind of weird. Goosebumps, good to see you. Fish soup sounds yummy to me, says Anik. Thai food. You know what? I love fish. I love fish stuff. One of the best things I had in the Philippines was this stuff called sisig. Oh, it's amazing. One of the best tasting things I've ever had. That test will be interesting, Dizzy says. I remember the belt of how much. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's going to be between. I think it's. I don't know. I think I said between 350 and 450. I think it's going to be between 250 and 350. But it's just weird. 91% of this, it says right there, is 2.67 million. 91% is probably there, right? Which is a green pot. But somehow, this sauce is red. And if you have something up to here, that's going to be over 2 million. I don't care what you add. It's not going to change. It has to be between 2.3 and 2.4 million. I drank the whole bottle and kept talking. Now I have a good tolerance. I do. But I couldn't do that with Doomed, which is 2.46 million. I promise you I could. It would hurt me. So something's weird about that. So Sharon Chandler, got a deal for you. Wait for summer. Come see the Alberta Rockies. I'll take you fishing rainbow trout. Cook you fish dinner and sing campfire songs. I think you had me, and I've got a deal for you, Sharon. We can make that happen. I love trout. Trout's delicious. Uncle Bull Cow, you're too sweet, Sharon. Honestly. I'm going to make a sauce that would mimic a 2.7 mil pepper at 91%. Here's the funny thing. I think if you said 9.1% instead of 91, it's still a little. It would still be hotter. I don't know. And if it comes back, I think it's going to end up being around 25% of how hot it's really supposed to be, and it's $27 a bottle. I'm just asking questions that a lot of other people are asking. That's all. I'm just upsetting people because I have a few more people watching me. Some people are really upset by this. You should see some of the emails I've got. You wouldn't believe it. Some of the comments too. Unbelievable. It's crazy. James Vlog plays video game stuff. Amazing guy. I need a jalapeno. Jalapenos are funny, man. Sometimes they're really, really hot. And it's not a contest, unless it's a contest. And right now, it's not a contest. We're sitting around. Midnight Show. Filipino food is delicious. Boy, isn't it, though? Jen Marie, are you seriously making me choose between you and the Lions? Come on. Not fair, is it? I apologize, Jen. You're still trying to work a deal with Tommy on a bet. I know you. I got you figured out. And if you come by to Alberta Rockies, you better come visit me too, please, says Ann. Janosk? I wish I knew how to say that. Hey, family, says Jen Marie, the Midnight Show, for sure, to Annick. Pepper is hot, but the sauce is an interesting case. It really is, man. I questioned why it's red, and you should have seen some of the things people said to me. I'm like, 91% of it is a green or mustard pod. Why is it red? What could the other percentage of that sauce be that could turn that sauce red? Well, it's just nothing but food coloring, and it's not on the label. Westcott, wanting to know about those 1 Hot Minute shirts. It's really fun. I was talking to Foy yesterday about them. It'll for sure be available when the show airs. So I know that's kind of a drag, but that's probably the earliest it'll happen. It'd be fun to do a 1 Hot Minute a month from now. Because things are going to change tomorrow, believe it or not. Because I've seen two of the 3 different trailers, and one of the trailers got no names in it. You see everybody that's kind of in the show, but there's no names. And one of the trailers, excuse me, all kinds of names, and they're going to see people, and that's when you start going, hey, I'm going to Google people. So things are going to start changing tomorrow, but when that show comes out, it was going to be crazy when it was just Hulu, but now that Disney's showing it too, it's just going to, things are going to change. Hey, Squirrel, come here. She's getting into something. She was doing something last night in the middle of the night, trying to open doors and stuff. She's crazy. One with cats. I am one with cats, I'll tell you that. And here's the thing, I love dogs too, but man, I'm a cat guy. I really am. I always have been. I don't think that's the case, box to box. I think there's so many people saying that. Here's the thing: there's tons of people that are saying that they think the Pepper X is a big mustard mama, and the reason they're saying that is for years, when he would tease people about it, he was posting pictures of pods that did strikingly bear the resemblance to a big mustard mama. However, the pod that he released, to me, doesn't. I don't think it's a big mustard mama cross with a Reaper. I think very simply, it looks to me strikingly like a Gator Jigsaw mustard. Take a Google sometime. If you break away from this now, Google Gator Jigsaw mustard, and tell me that doesn't look wicked like a Pepper X from the picture that they posted anyway. But none of us are ever going to know because you're never going to hold one. We've just seen a picture. That's it. It is what it is. Hi, Mary Jones. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Are you only testing the Scoville or the ingredients as well? Now, we're not saying it's not like an FDA where we're going to break down what the actual ingredients are. It's a good point. You just got to take them at their word. Here's the thing that's weird to me. The ingredients very simply are, where is it? There it is. It's just Pepper X, distilled vinegar, Pepper X powder, and Pepper X extract. And that's it. To me, I'm tasting a spice. I'm telling you, I am. I don't know which one it is, but I'm tasting something that's not just peppers when I eat this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cumin. I'm not sure, but I'm just telling you, there's some flavor in here that is not pepper, and I don't know what it is. So we're not testing that. The big thing with me is I want to test the heat of it because, it just wasn't as hot, and I took a lot of heat for it. So, I'm gonna make a point. And it's really fun. I got an email yesterday. I said, "How come you haven't posted that video?" It came back more than 2 million, and you don't want to say it. Listen, I'm going to open it on screen, on camera. The box is sealed. I don't know what it is. I'm going to open it up on camera. If it's more than 2, I'm going to humbly apologize. But I'm telling you, what I drank wasn't 2. Not even close. I'm not saying anybody's lying about anything, Dizzy. I'm just telling you, man, in my world, things need to sort of make sense. You know what I mean? They do. They need to make sense. And none of it makes sense at all. The way it tastes doesn't make sense. How hot it is doesn't make sense. What it looks like doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. The sad part is getting back the results isn't going to make anything make more sense. It's just going to validate the fact that it doesn't make sense. It's going to be like, scientifically, this doesn't make sense. Mathematically speaking, it makes no sense. Could be box to box. I don't know. But I know this, we're never going to touch one or eat one. Sort of a drag. I understand, Virginia. Listen, I get hurt in my stomach all the time. I really do. Stephen Mulgrew, gotta love the honesty. I'll tell you what, some people don't like the honesty. Jen Marie's getting a phone call. Be right back. I think she's watching the game. Just saying, but that's all right. It's funny how your food tolerance changes depending on things like age. In my case, every time I'm preggers. It's really funny. Yeah, there is something to that. It does change. They say that your body changes every 7 years. You know what I mean? I don't know. My wife, when my kid's mom, all my kids are with my kid's mom. I have 3 of them. And every single time she got pregnant, she craved really bad. And it's really funny. It happened every single time. Like the McRib? It's not like you can roll into McDonald's anytime you want and get the McRib. It's a rare thing. It happens sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Every single time she got pregnant, the McRib was going. Every single time. And she needed those McRibs. We were at the store one day and they had this Hershey's. They have a candy bar that's also limited. It's the I can't remember what it is. It's white. It's dark chocolate with crisps in it, and it was a limited thing they did. And we were in the store and she was like, "Oh my god, I want it!" And there was like 2 left, so I bought them both. She loved them, so I ordered a case of them from Hershey's, a big giant case of them. And I would just leave them out all the time for her. So there were certain things, like she always loved, she was a big Italian food fan. Garlic. Loved it. She was pregnant and I was home. I was trying to be a super husband. And I was making shrimp scampi. She came home and she goes, "What's that smell?" And I was looking around like I thought maybe the cat had done something and left it out, because the look on her face wasn't like, "Hey, I'm smelling dinner." It was like something is horrible in the house, and you somehow missed it. So I'm looking around going, "What in the world are you smelling?" She walks up to the stove. She goes, "This." I said, "What are you talking about?" "It's garlic." She goes, "I can't have it in here." That was it. So it definitely changes when you're pregnant. I can tell you that. Dad of 3 kids. Oh, I can tell you. Hot sauce, Chunky Tim. Good to see you, dude. Brock Bandy, my man. Great sauce. I loved it. Hey, I was right about the oregano. I'm really glad I spotted that. But that was a great sauce. Very balanced. You did a good job on it, man. They, Anik says, whoever they is, say that all your cells in your body are replaced over 7 years. They do say that. But they say a lot of things. You aren't supposed to swim 30 minutes after 30 minutes after you've eaten. I don't know who said that. I don't know where that came from. How many times I've eaten meals in the water. I'm not even kidding. They change the McRib every time. Sometimes the McRib is sour. Sometimes it's like tomato paste. That's Dizzy Dragon. And Dizzy Dragon would know. He probably has it all documented. I wouldn't doubt it. Like, I'm not even joking. I don't mean that in a bad way. You're that kind of thorough type of dude. Steve Pritchard, not able to eat hot chilies or hot sauce. It's too hot for me. Hats off to them that can. Thank you, sir. Smells, yeah. Jennifer, smells are intense when preggers. That's what she said. I remember it. I remember it well when Mary Jones was pregnant. Root beer, watermelon, and Arby's. Nice. You know what Mama Scoville craved when she was pregnant with me? She claims. I have no reason to say she's not telling you the truth, because she's that kind of woman. She'll tell you the truth if it hurts your feelings. She's just that woman. Green pepper and scrambled egg sandwiches. So maybe it was just destined to happen. When I was pregnant, I couldn't tolerate the smell of bacon cooking, Goosebumps says. And boy, bacon, oh, Bacon's, it's kind of like coffee. People that don't like coffee like the smell of it. I know a ton of people who don't like coffee that love the smell of it. I know vegetarians who like. I've known a few that said, "Man, if I was gonna, it'd be bacon." I think bacon makes everything better. I love bacon. You know what we made once? I saw this on some social media. You take bacon, you weave it, and you make just like you were making a oven mitt, but it's made out of bacon. You just weave it. When you're done, you get a thing of sausage. What I did was I got, what was it? It was Dean sausage, Jimmy Dean, I think it was. You roll it up in the sausage and you bake it. It's just like protein overload, but man, was that good. And it was fun to look. It was fun to make. Look good. Question: can they make peppers hotter than the existing ones? Stephen Mulgrove. You know what? I think they probably can. Sure. Yeah, I do. Austin Alfred. I make some fresh cranberry and strawberry fruit roll-ups and dusted them with ghost powder. A fantastic combination. That would be good. I got my stomach growling. David Foy from Blazing Foods made fruit roll-ups, spicy, super hot. And the problem is it was so labor intensive, it was ridiculous. And to do it on a big scale, we just didn't do it. Rich Newton says when Mindy was pregnant with Katie, she used to be able to tell if I opened Heineken in the other room by the smell. Wow, I believe that, Rich. I totally believe that. Yeah, smells are, yeah. There's nothing like it. I remember when bless her. Listen, the closest I ever was to my wife, the best we ever got along was when she was pregnant and when the kids were little. We just connected really, really well for some reason. Failed to do that at other times. But I loved the whole pregnancy thing. That was like a super fun time. But absolutely, man, everything changes. We were struggling. We were young, you know what I mean? So she was worried about the phone bill. This is when phone bills were a thing. You couldn't call people and she went to bed early, and we had an apartment, and I was in the room watching a Chris Rock special, and I was giggling out loud. I was laughing out loud, and she had already complained about the phone bill. The phone rang. I didn't call anybody. The phone rang. It was Tommy. I was talking to Tommy. She came out of the room and goes, "What did I say about the phone bill?" Turned around and shut the door. I said, "Dude, I know you called me, but I gotta go, man." But we still had a good time. I don't have any bad things to say about my ex. I'm like you know what? I only remember the good. I can't really even remember the bad stuff. I feel bad too because she can remember the bad stuff, and I really don't. All I remember are the good stuff. Maybe it's because I'm trying to block out the bad stuff that I did because I was responsible. I mean, it was my fault. It is what it is. Anyhow, Subtle Eel. So good to see you. A spicy fruit roll up. I'd be all over that. Yes, you would. Hot sauce Chucky Dan. How about those ice cream bars, my man? Brutal, aren't they? The bacon weave on meatloaf grilled. Man, see, now I want bacon somehow. Mr. Spoon. Very good eating from the UK. I love the UK. B. Hendricks, hello. Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Back in the day, Dizzy Dragon wants you to know, the caramel marugo was the worst tasting pepper I had ever had. But now, floral taste, has converted me. Us floral taste lovers. I used to hate them, man. I used to hate floral. I remember just the second I tasted it, my body was like, "No, man, I'm not swallowing that." I'd be like, it was a mental battle. I'm like, "Man, the camera's rolling. I'm not going to make this. I'm not going to throw this video away. We're going to swallow this pepper." And my body would be like, "Man, one more, I'm going to throw up." A couple times it was really close, and now I do. I love. It's weird. And it's funny because it started with, I kind of like bitter with a little bit of floral. Now it's like, bring the floral, man. Bring the floral. I don't know what happened to me. Shade Tree Forging, long time no see. Sorry, been busy. It's all right, Shade Tree. Been here, not going anywhere. Unfortunately, you're about to see a lot of me. Even if you choose not to watch the reality show that's coming out, my face is going to be everywhere. Johnny, good family memories are good for the soul, bittersweet. In fact, that's why we love peppers, Henny. Yeah, that's true. Clayton Hollingsworth, man. See you, Clayton. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's wicked hot. Hot sauce chunky Tim. It really is. Kind of hot. Kind of hot. Love your videos. Have an awesome 2024. Thank you so much. I hope we're going to. Hope we all do. You know, I always look forward to peppers being perfumy. I used to always call it that. Back in the day when I first started the channel, I was like, it tastes like a mouthful of perfume. And that really wasn't the best description. And it wasn't soapy. It has a flowery, floral. It's hard, but in the day that seemed like it made sense to describe it that way. I've gotten better at being able to describe stuff over the years, and it's been a lot of years. Callum Grants says, you're an absolute chilihead mate from Australia. Had my first ghost chili with dinner the other night. Brutal. Grew it myself. I don't know how you cope with the heat so well. You grew your own pod and you ate it. That's awesome. Imagine that the first ghost pepper you grew. That's a cool thing to be able to say. Very cool, Callum. Squirrel. Hey, squirrel in that zipper. Come here. She's getting into something. This is how she's protesting. She's like, man, where's my other dude? You're the backup dude. You're the warm-up band. Where's my guy? That's what she's saying. But she's not. She looks at me like, if she get a little bubble over her head's like, man, I don't want to be looking at you. Where's the other one? You're fun as a backup, but where's the other one? She's saying. There she is. Squirrel, what are you doing? She just walked in, looks at one look, and goes, no, man, that's not who I want sitting there. Later on, when she wants affection, she'll be coming to me. She does that. Had another zing. They tasted very good. It was just one fruit off the plant that was terrible. You know what? Here's the problem with zing. It's to me in my head, it's almost like the dragon's breath. It was way too much hype with the zing. I remember, and I get that every pepper is different. If you eat one pepper and it wasn't very hot, you'll say it wasn't a very hot pepper. But I mean, I know that they can get hot, but I just was not impressed. I really wasn't. I need to eat more of them. That's all there is to it. My sinuses open up with pepper flakes. Boy, I love pepper flakes. I really do. You know what? Just in case, I eat way more pepper flakes than I do pepper powder. The texture is so great. You know what I mean? I dig it. Can we expect another hot challenge coming up? Stephen Mulgrew. Indeed. I will never retire from doing challenges. Although I've done a lot. I wonder how many I've done. Let me check and see while you guys. Just give me 1 second. I want to see how many challenges I've done. I think it's 565. And the truth of them is that none of them are like, every one of them are worthy of calling a challenge. There's none where playlist challenges. Where are you? There we are. 565 challenges. It's a lot. I won't quit now. I remember someone saying, I came for the challenges, but I stay for the reviews. It's a lot of people's sentiment. I have a lot of people who've never, every time I do a challenge, somebody will say, oh, I love the ones where he says I have issues. And that was never planned. I don't know. I was having issues the day I did the first challenge, and that came out. And I just decided to keep that for every challenge. So every one of those 565 times I've said I got issues. I don't say that in any other time, but it's funny when someone says, I like the ones where he says that. They haven't put the connection together. Those are all challenges. Flakes are better, says just in case. Midnight Show also agrees. Can hot peppers be used in cancer treatment? I researched the fierce. They are using it in cancer research. I don't know if this is true, but I've been told they've already determined that cancer and capsaicin can't live in the same place, but it's targeting it to make sure you only are hitting the bad part, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy dude. I swear I'm not. With some things I probably am, but I'm not like an overall conspiracy guy, like a flat earth or anything like that. But in the history of American government, there's never been a president, a vice president, or any of their wives that have ever died of cancer. Wrap your head around that. If you had a cross section of that many people, it's impossible. Anyhow, I'll leave that there. Pain research. It's so good for pain. Honest to God, it really is such a help for pain. Hey, from Israel. Wow, James Grant. Praying for you, dude. Stay safe. Glad you're here. I think we like it because we all can relate to having issues. There you go, Anik. And I do. Rick Spicer, good to see you, sir. I ordered some red primatali seeds today. Can't wait to grow them for the first time this summer. Wicked hot pepper, man. Cornelius, the crow tamer. I know powerlifters that use capsaicin rubs to train through tendonitis. You know what? I've heard that too. But they also, it's really funny. I was talking to Ryback, and I sent him a picture. When I started the channel, I looked like I lived in a gym. My stomach was like a washboard. And I never went to the gym. It was just from eating peppers, and I never went to the gym ever. And he told me that they sell pills that bodybuilders eat that mimic calf cramps. They give you cramps because whether you like it or not, your stomach's getting a workout. When you have calf cramps, it's like being in the gym for 4 hours. True story. But yeah, it is wonderful for pain. Cornelius the crow tamer. I've known a lot of crow tamers, but Cornelius, no one tames them like Cornelius does. I mean, can we not all agree on that? I think we can. We definitely have issues to keep chasing the heat, right? People ask me why. I'm like, I can explain to you why. Here's the problem. If I tell people why I like doing what I do, they look down there. I'm like, even now, there's 70 of us in here. If I say, like, I like pain, someone's going to be like, man, I'm all set. Watch, that number will drop. It is what it is. I don't like heartache. I don't like emotional stress and pain and backaches and headaches or toothaches. But everything else, I can sort of find something that I dig in it. It is what it is. Like calf cramps are one of those pains I don't like. I'm fine until when they get to be like a 4 out of 10 on my pain scale, I'm good with it. When they get over 6, I'm no good with it anymore. That's why it's no fun. But Nancy Higgins, what's going on with Tommy? Saw his short AM bailing out of the hospital. He's handling his health. We've got a few things that he and I are doing together that he's working on. But he's good. Good wishes, vibrations, prayers, healing, all that stuff. We appreciate all of it. A lot going on right now. Some people look at me weird when I tell them I breed peppers to be more evil, right? I don't know. People do judge me, man. They do. Here's a funny story. I was going to the first trip I made to the Philippines. I was sitting down. I didn't know Brie then. And the first trip, so I'm going to the Philippines. I sit down, and there was a woman sat on the plane next to me. She was younger than me. And we started talking. Like before the plane took off, she's asked me if I'm going there for fun or whatever. And I didn't really tell her what I did. We just started talking. And on a long flight like that, you have 3 meals. It's a super long flight. So there's a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. So I got on the plane, and we were talking. Everything was fine. Now she's leaning her legs this, or I'm leaning my legs that way. She's kind of leaning that way. We're kind of leaning in and talking, and everything was clicking. And it's a true story, man. So she goes, what do you do? I said, I'm a YouTuber. She goes, what? I said, I'm a YouTuber. And she was like, what do you do? Like, what does that mean? And I thought she would have figured, she was younger. I thought she'd know what YouTube's all about. I told her I make videos about eating peppers. And I kid you not, I wish I could have had it on film because it was very, very funny. Our legs were kind of this way. We were talking. She went just like this and sat like this. And she said one thing on the rest of the plane was, I need to use the restroom. That was the only thing she said on the rest of the flight. Sat there, ate quietly, sat there quietly, didn't say a word the rest of the flight. So it is, it is what it is. I think if you like peppers, what I do is a cool thing. You know what I mean? But if you don't like peppers, like for real, like I don't know I don't even know if a circus geek is really what they claim a circus geek was, but I feel like I'm one rung up on the ladder from that. Did the circus, you know? Is Mama Scoville? How is she? Is she still miffed at me, or am I in her good books? I don't know. Mr. Wolf, you with your bus pass, you. Thank you. I don't know. Listen, here's what you got to know about Mama Scoville. Taking all the burning aside, she had a rough. We didn't give her an easy ride. You know what I mean? It's like, I have 3 kids, right? And Johnny Jr. has been a handful, all right, but still nothing compared to what Tommy and I put my mom through. So if she's miffed at me or she has ill feelings, I suppose I've earned them. It is what it is. I haven't come to you guys and said I totally screwed my life up. Forgive me, I'm going to start over. I haven't done that. If I did, a lot of you would bail on me. Some of you guys may would hang with me. But I did that with her. How many times do you think I did that in my years, where things just fell apart? It's just here's the thing. You've heard everybody's heard people say that women mature faster, like girls mature faster than boys do. They need to rechange that completely. You know what they should say? Women mature. Just stop there. I'm not sure if we ever do. I mean, I've matured and I'm better than I was, but I'm still not sure what I want to do. You know what I mean? Long Dog, good to see you. Pedro Macayas, hello from Chile, growing my first chocolate habanero. It's a delicious pepper. It really is. Since you gave her the idea to like peppers, apparently she decided not to participate in the conversation. Anik, I love your channel, Johnny. I'm glad you do, Anik. I appreciate it. It's funny, there's a whole lot of people that don't eat hot stuff that watch. They're extra special to me. Aussie, Lego. Holy smokes, I made it live. Apparently, he claims he's missed the last. Did you say 10? Did I read that correct? Did you say 10? I'm glad you're here now, Lego. Aaron Giorno, good to see you, dude. Also from down under. Andy Paul, hello. Bus driver UK watching. Thank you. I stole from my mom 20 years ago and she offed herself. Broke me from stealing. Wow. Sounds like something you've come to grips with. But you're getting my prayers anyway. We all can only live and learn. Yeah, but I get it. I understand. I do. You're the reason I got into super hot sauce. Thank you, Tyler says. You're welcome, Tyler. It was always in you. I just kind of nudged you in the right direction. Oh, I know she does, Virginia. That's not the question. I'm sure of that. I'm positive. It's liking me is a different story. Not so sure about that. Diogenes. So love the name. I really, really do. Your opinion, how long does it take for a newbie to graduate from habanero to Carolina Reaper? Boy, that is absolutely up to you, Diogenes. Let me give you an example. You can go the intelligent route, like so you don't want to hurt yourself, and you can go slowly and thoughtfully and carefully and navigate your way through and eat good peppers and do slivers at a time until you're ready to go on to the next pepper. Or you can jump into it like College Boy did. I don't know if you remember or if you've seen the videos that I did with College Boy in it. His name was David. Call him College Boy because he was in college. But the first pepper he ever ate was a Carolina Reaper. Excuse me. And we did a series called David and Goliath to kind of show people the difference between a new guy that's never ate anything hot with somebody who's fairly seasoned. And you guys, if you watched that series, you could watch him go from I've never eaten anything hot to I can breathe fire in a really, really short amount of time. But what you need to understand is that is he really paid for it. It's painful, you know. There's no way to look. You can get to be a raging chili headed. Like I've met some amazing chili heads that have said I've never had cap cramps before, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What they've done is they know their limitations really, really well. Pushing the envelope is big difference than rifling past it and doing something stupid. That's what I did. But if you're smart, you know your limitations, and you just kind of push the envelope a little bit. You know, you start with eating a sliver of a ghost pepper. Before you know it, you're eating half a ghost pepper. Next thing you know, you're eating a whole ghost pepper. And you didn't kill yourself in the process because you started small. So there's a way to do it. So how long it takes, it's really absolutely entirely up to you. How fast do you want to do it? And what are you willing to put up with? See, the thing about it is when you eat a lot of hot stuff, you get a really wonderful endorphin rush. So there's a great payoff. But the downside is, and it just comes with the territory, it's just the way it is, cap cramps are a real thing. It's brutal. It is what it is, you know. David is a monster. So much respect for him. Absolutely, DJ Daddy. He really is. Robbie the drummer. Hey, Johnny, you play music. So do you have anything original on Spotify or anything you can check out? There's a few cuts that I do on my channel that are original, but you know it's really bad? I've been working on so much original stuff. That's all I've been doing lately. That's like all I've been doing. But I've got a lot of stuff I've been writing. No, you know what? It's really weird. And the problem is I don't write music. So everything I've written, you know, I have songs I've written just musically, and I have lyrics that I've written. And I have a difficult time putting the two together. But look, I'm a hack, but it brings me great joy. So it is what it is. Dizzy Dragon. To be fair, the habanero probably stopped some upcoming chili ads. To be fair, it stopped so many, not some. It stopped the vast majority of people that bail climbing the ladder, bail because they eat a habanero and it stings so bad in their head, just like he says, in their head they're thinking, man, if this is what a habanero feels like, and it's like what 300 or whatever, what do you think 1.5 is like? Come here, squirrel. Come on, come on. Here she is. Squirrel's here. See now she's like, okay, the back burner dude will do. I'll take him for a while. You can see it in your eye, you know. I mean, I dig you and all. I leave. Who do you think was all those treats you had up on the? That was me, right? Um, but that's the truth, you know. Habaneros, man, it's a nasty burn. It's more. It's so much more of a sting than a burn. Live in the UK. Love your Arizona sweatshirt, Johnny. Steve Pritchard says. Listen, I got here and they're like, put this on. I'm like, okay. Is curious to know if there's anything I wouldn't eat heat wise. Black Tar says or asks. I don't like the bomb. I've had it. I mean, I wouldn't eat it. It tastes awful to me. So I mean, if do you mean because of how hot something could get, or do you mean because of the flavor? Like, there's nothing heat wise that scares me off. I mean, I've eaten the hottest things get is 16 million, and I've done, you know, pretty much done that. So nothing really scares me off heat-wise. There are some challenges I'll shy away from, like chug challenges. I'm not really fired up about doing chug challenges anymore at all. They're cramp makers. There's no way to get around it. Shadow Diamond, just watch a video on Campbell's soup while eating it. It's amazing. Highly recommend it. You know what? There's not enough flavor of ghost pepper, but there is a legit burn. And to me, like I said in the video I did, it's a win-win. It's a victory, man. 15 years ago, you think you could have walked through an aisle and said, hey, there's going to be a ghost pepper soup in the aisle. Come on, there wasn't even jalapeno soup back then. Now we're in an age now. It's a glorious time to be a chili head. There's no two ways about that. Rob the Drummer, what's the hottest dish that I've ever eaten? Chili or curry? Probably chili. I've made some absurd chili before using, putting capsaicin, pure capsaicin in it, or I've eaten some ridiculous chili. Dizzy Dragon, I didn't do the whole Tom Broom tincture evil. No, I did definitely not do the whole. That would be, I can't even imagine that. Like if you did that, it's wicked. You're a mad lad, obsessed with the facial hair, man. I strive to braid mine. Man, I'm tired of mine. I'm trying to let this stuff grow out so I can incorporate it into the goatee. So I'm at this weird stage. Like I remember my kid's mom, like she growing her hair out. There was a stage where she just hated it. Me right now, for real. The bowl of Bootla flakes. Oh, that was awful, Dizzy. That was a terrible challenge. How do you sign up for a reaper eating contest? I've been chasing heat for 7 years now. You just got to find out where they are, box to box. In the UK, for instance, there are in the summer, during the chili season, every single weekend, there's at least 2 or 3 festivals where they have a chili eating contest, pepper eating contest. Seriously. It's one of those things. I don't know. You got to find a chili. It hasn't taken off. Honestly, Shahina Wasim has won 2 different contests in 2 different countries on the same day. So everybody's doing them in the UK. It's a very, I think they're more into like outdoor festivals. I don't know. There's just a big thing in the UK, and here in America, if you go to a chili festival, you're likely to see. I've even been at chili festivals where they didn't have a chili eating contest, believe it or not. But that's where you got to kind of go to find them. The Johnny Scoville Chug Challenge was a rough chug challenge, says Lego. And the truth of it is, it wasn't my favorite tasting. It's calling it like I see it. So my smarty pants, I might read this out loud or in my head first. My smarty pants daughter told me we actually don't taste spicy stuff. It's actually our body's pain response with our tongue. We taste spice. But one of the biggest misconceptions that people have is they'll say, "Oh, you burned your taste buds off." I'll tell you something. If I eat a Carolina Reaper, I promise you, I'm going to taste things in that pepper that I can describe that are very real. I'm not making them up. That if somebody doesn't have a tolerance, eats that pepper, they're going to taste nothing. They will taste nothing but pain. When you're done and after they've calmed down, say, hey, what did it taste like? They'll be like, taste? What are you talking about? You don't taste anything. So the higher your tolerance gets, the more you're able to taste. So I can tell you from having a high tolerance that something beautiful. You can certainly taste it. In fact, the higher your tolerance, the more you're going to be able to taste. But I'm going to plan on visiting the UK anytime soon. Steve Pritchard, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's really weird. I don't know what the next year is going to be like. It's a weird thing. I don't know how to plan. I don't know what to. I like goals. I like writing goals down. Don't even know what to do. Don't even know what to write down. like I've if you know how many times I've taken my like bucket list, I don't really have an actual list I can look at, but if you know how many times I've mentally had to alter my list because I've done things in the last 7 years that never thought I'd do. So I'm in a weird spot. I'm kind of in like a wicked limbo thing. So just waiting for things to develop. It's kind of like how it feels. Widowmaker, Johnny, you have the Mad Dog Gold Reserve, I believe. How was the taste? The Gold Reserve tastes very, very good. I think that's the 20th anniversary. The Gold Reserve is absolutely delicious. The Silver, which is I think the 25th anniversary. No bueno, but the gold was delicious. Very, very different. Car Tap. Have I tried Steve-O's hot sauce destroyer? Indeed, I have. Is that the one, Dizzy Dragon? If you're still here, is that the one that I poured in my eye? I don't really remember that. I've done all of his. The one he did one on Gordon Ramsay where he poured the remaining stuff in his eye, and I did that. It wasn't such a good idea, but I was stunned with how good his sauce tasted. I thought it was going to be just like a novelty, but it was a very, very, very good sauce. This was a question I wanted, and I missed it. Thank you, Mischief Managed. You know, trying. But I think of poetry. I dig it. Best music I ever heard were from poets. Musical journey. Yeah. Yeah, I do like poetry. I've written a lot of it. In fact, I took a class with Tommy. We weren't even like working on a degree. We just took this writing class on the college. In the same class. It was a poetry class. We wrote poetry together. It was fun. Um, Rico Dorsey, thank you so much for your super chat. Do I taste floral in a primatale? Some I do, some I don't. Yeah. So here's the thing: there's no one flavor you can absolutely say you're going to get every single time because flavor, you know, every pepper is different. But I have tasted floral and primatales for sure. The truth is, every super hot, on occasion, you're going to get some floral ones. It'll shoot your eye out. Exactly, Lego. Dizzy Dragon, member for 10 months. Did I hear about the Heels 7-pot Primo? People can pretend to be you and have gnarly peppers and actually be tasting something. It's heatless. There's yeah, you know, I I don't know if they would taste the same, just minus the heat. I don't know. I know this. I used to love the way beer tasted. I'm sober for almost 5 years. Every 6 months or so, I'll buy a 6 pack of non-alcoholic beer because I'm craving beer. I'll have one and go, ugh. Now the five will sit there for months. So I don't know if the reason like alcohol is what makes it taste good. I don't know if heat is what makes the pepper taste good. That's the kind of where I'm going with this. But I have no interest in tasting peppers. Like, it's not like if tattoos didn't hurt, you think I'd have one? I wouldn't. I love the fact that you earn a tattoo, and I love the fact that you earn the peppers you eat. No, it is what it is. It's a sweet exchange. It costs, and you're willing to pay. It's me. I taste pain in a primatale, says Mr. Chad Matthews. Chad Matthews, you're jerky. Chad made some jerky. I seen the other day. He comes over to my house the other day. I give him a couple of sauces. I'm like, anyway, he says, I got a pound of scorpion batter. I said, I'm sorry, what? Like, what does a dude who doesn't own a company need with a pound of scorpion? It's like almost like weapon. Like like, I remember when Tad and Kit, they were telling me that they got an order of 20 of their Mad Cow Pops. And when they saw the order, their first, instead of going, wow, we sold 20, their first thought was, what does somebody need 20 of those for? Because they're so hot, they're scary. So he tells me he's making some challenges and some sauces. But anyway, he made this jerky. And when I tell you it was really, really good, but I was with him yesterday. He brings it over. Me, him, and Tad and Kit were hanging out. And he whips out this, it looks like a pillow. It's a huge bag of jerky. I said, he goes, you want some? I said, yeah. I said, is it hot? He goes, have you eaten? Anytime, note to everybody, pay attention here, guys. Write this down if you're taking notes. If you ever say to somebody, especially a Chilean, how hot is it? And their response is, have you eaten? You need to know it's going to be very, very hot. All right? Remember that. When next time you hear, is it hot? Have you eaten? You need to know it's going to be very, very warm. So that was the case. And his jerky is so hot. I mean, he has pure cap crystals on them. They're well done, Chad. Well done. Oh, also, I have some sauce for you, bro. I got several sauces I'd like to give you. So there is that. Rico Dorsey, really hot first ones I picked of my plants had some heat, had some floral. It's one of those traits that comes with Super Hots. It's just the way it works. Goku, I have a question. Pepper X is so much higher than the Reaper, they say. Yet for some reason, the last dab experience is less hot than habanero. I still love habaneros, even though they hurt. This is the sauce you're talking about. I chugged this. I did the review with Tommy. He was nervous about doing it because it's this much of it. This much of the bottle is 2.67 million. It's supposed to, as you just read, Goku said, it's supposed to be stupid, stupid hot. So I tasted it, and I was like, oh, dude, relax. There's nothing to worry about here. He was like nervous about it. And the second I tasted it, I'm like, dude, you got nothing to worry about. He tasted it and was just like, I don't know. We were talking about it earlier at the beginning of the stream. It's weird. I bought a bottle of this and sent it to a lab that tests products for Scoville. And they're testing it as we speak. I'll have the bottle this next week. I'm going to open it on. I'm not doing it live. It's not going to be a live video. It's going to be in the can, like recorded. But on that video, I'm going to open it up. You'll see that the box is sealed. I won't know what it is. I'm going to open it up on camera, pull it out. I'm going to tell everybody what the Scoville rating is because something about the sauce is wicked off. A lot about the sauce is very off. The fact that it's red when 91% of it is from a green pepper, very off. And the fact that, like you said, it's just not that hot. Anyway, so that video is going to be aired on January 22nd, which is National Hot Sauce Day. It's also the day that Super Hots is being released on Disney Plus and Hulu, which is really fun. It's a reality show. It's not really made for us. Isn't that funny? It's not made for the chili community. It's made for everybody who's not in the chili community to kind of give them an idea of what we're all about. So there's that. Johnny, do we know the guy who created the round one pepper distillate? I'm applying so quesadilla. Excuse me, lawn dog. It's very, very hot. It's a very, very hot tincture. It's good on food though. Some of that's going to Bizzle right now. Bizzle's going to be playing with some of that. It's very good to put on food though, for real. It does have a good flavor. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's something. The other very weird thing about this is when I tasted it. So anyway, at first I did the review of my brother. I just had one spoonful of it, and so did he, and that was it. So I think a day later or 2 days later, I drank the whole bottle. I was able to talk, and if this was 2.4 million, I drank the whole bottle, I wouldn't have been as composed as I was. So some strange stuff. And the other weird thing is there's some flavor in this. There is some flavor in this that is not pepper. There is a spice in this. I'm not stupid. I've opened 1,000. I mean, listen, I've done 1 million reviews. There is some spice in this. I don't know if it's cumin. I don't know what it is, but there is a spice in here that is not pepper. Everybody who's eaten it will say there is some sort of spice in there, but it does not appear on the label. The only thing in this are peppers, vinegar, pepper X powder, and pepper X distillate. That's it. So those are the weird things about the sauce that are giving people pause. Disney Dragon, Disney Plus. Yes, Disney Plus. And pepper X is not red. It's a mustard or green pod. So it's some weirdness going on. I think a lot of people do not know how hot 2 million really is. Boy, there's a lot of truth to that, Chad, because everybody who ever eats a Reaper will tell their people that they talk to, right? 1.5 million. And I'm here to tell you that I've been with David Foy, all right, from Blazing Foods. Every time we order Reaper powder from anybody, we send it to a lab and get it tested so that we know how much we're going to need to make the products that we make, okay? And I've never seen a Reaper powder test higher than 770,000 Scoville heat units ever. My hand to God. Yet, what is it? How hot is the Carolina Reaper, everybody? All at once? 1,500,000. So very few people truly know what 2 million feels like. Chad's right. Nancy Higgins, I'm not related. Same name, no relation. Stage name, if you will. Sounds like it hasn't gotten. There's something in there. Like, listen, if there's anybody in here who's eaten this sauce, who's tried it, who tastes a spice of some sort, please say so in the chat. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to cause problems. I just need. This should just be a giant question mark on that bottle. That's what it should be. It should just be a giant question mark, because when you look at, before you even taste it, if you look at it, there's a question mark. Just a lot of question marks. All right, Jennifer Lemke. Johnny, so it's been a month since the wax bet with Tommy. I wonder how furry are you so far? Not furry enough. I still look like a... It's growing back, and I'm past the point where it's really itchy, but I'm still not pleased. It was I'm not betting with Tommy anymore. It's just a bad idea. Every time I bet with him, I get hurt. That's not true. I've heard him several times, but I just know the next time I bet him, he's gonna, I don't like the bets. See, it's my fault because I always agree to him. No more. 1.641 for a Reaper. I'm telling you, there's nobody on the planet has ever eaten a Reaper that's 1.641 because they're just not that hot. I know that irritates people, but it's just not. And it's weird too, because there are so many peppers that are so much hotter than a Reaper. I wish we could all be eating Pepper X though, but it's sort of a bummer, isn't it? No one's going to eat one. Thing is, Johnny, your taste buds are excellent. You can taste things over the power of the heat. The heat just doesn't get in my way. Your brain can only really do two things or one thing at a time. And if you're processing pain, you can't go, okay, I know that my face is on fire, but let's put that pain on the back burner so I can kind of get the flavors here and pick up the nuance and the subtleties. It doesn't work that way. All you got is pain, and you're like, proof of that. And there's people on the chat who've done it. I mean, if you ever watch somebody who's burned silly, afterwards say, how did it taste? They'll go, taste? And if they do tell you the taste, they're going to tell you it tastes awful. It's kind of like the tubes of Terra peanuts. Let me tell you something. The tube of Terra peanuts, the way those taste is absolutely going to be determined by where your tolerance is. I have tasted them when my tolerance has been very low and I don't appreciate the flavor of them. I've eaten them when my tolerance is really high and they taste like honey nut roasted nuts with a kick. I'm not joking you. So, and I know because we don't change the recipe. I know what, so you're tolerant. And the thing about it is, people don't realize this. Tolerances are always doing this. Always rising and falling, constantly. But people that don't eat peppers don't realize that. They'll watch a video of me drinking plutonium and think that I can do that every day. Take this time to end the stream. I want to thank all of you for joining me. Much love to all of you. I may be back later. I'm not really sure. But thank you for your prayers for Tommy and for me. Love you all. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase Thee.